Yes, that old chestnut. Well, look at those scores. It doesn't get any closer than this. 21 points each for Brett and Belinda. Absolutely level pegging as we head into our final games for tonight. Starting with the letters. And Brett, your choice, please.
I'll start with a vowel, please, Lily.
Thanks, Brett. Starting with an O.
And another one, please.
U.
And another one.
E.
And a consonant, please.
R.
And another consonant.
F.
And another one.
B.
And a vowel, please.
A.
And a consonant.
P.
And finish with a consonant.
And last letter, N.
And I'll start the clock. Well, Brett, how many that time?
I had 5.
And what about you, Belinda?
5 also.
Okay, let's start with yours.
I had prone.
And Brett?
Painter.
That's an interesting one, David.
Pain, and there's paneer here, which is a type of cottage cheese, but and also P-A-N-I-R, but no P-A-N-E-R, I'm afraid, Brett. So that takes us back to, was it prone?
Prone.
For 5, well done, Belinda. Now, in fact, there's almost 2 opposites in this mix. The first is a 6, that's urbane, and the other is a 7, that's profane. And profane literally comes from the Latin profanus, which means outside the temple, so speaking ill outside a place of worship.
So 5 points on this occasion for Belinda. Well, it's still anybody's game as we take up the last chance to wrangle the numbers tonight. And Belinda, what would you like to choose?
Can I have 2 large and 4 small again, please, Lily?
2 large and 4 small. Thank you, Belinda. And our numbers are 3, 7, 1, 6, and 50 and 75. And the target number, 642.
30 seconds to get there. Well, Belinda, that clock comes racing down, doesn't it? Any better luck this time?
6:49.
6:49, well, that's within our scoring range, so well done. Brett, what about you?
6:44.
Okay, you were a little bit closer, so Brett, take us through your method, please.
I had 1 plus 7 to give 8,
1 plus 7 is 8.
times the 75,
By the 75 is
600,
600.
plus the 50,
Plus the 50
and minus the 6.
minus the 6 is 644.
There was a sigh of relief there, wasn't there? You did just wonder whether you had your 75 times table under control, but you did. So well done, good result. 2 off the target there, Lily. Did you get any closer?
I did. I'll talk you through it. Okay, now 75 by 3 minus 1, which is 2, gives you 150. Now 150 minus 50 is 100. And if you add on the 7 is 107. And by 6 is 642.
Very nicely done. Let's have a look at our scores, and it is still tremendously tight. 7 points in that round for Brett. That means our totals now, Belinda 26, Brett only 2 points ahead on 28. Of course, that means that our final round is going to be the decider. It's time for the Conundrum game. With just 30 seconds on the clock, of course, let's reveal the Conundrum. Your time starts now. clock has come around, but the buzzers haven't sounded, unfortunately, so let's have a look at the conundrum solution. It is something very creative, sculpture. So that means with the scores unchanged after that final round, the winner once again is our carryover champion, Brett. But Belinda, very well played tonight. I mean, what a tight finish. I could just see you looking at that screen in those last few seconds.
Couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, but look, well played tonight anyway. Some great words. And of course, speaking of great words, we'd like you to take home a Macquarie dictionary.
Thank you.
Brett, that must have been a little bit of a nail-biting finale for you as well.
Definitely the second time it's happened to me, so got through again.
Well done. We'll see you tomorrow night anyway. And David, word from the show?
Actually, the word that Brett used in the fourth letter game was dessert, and people get confused between dessert and desert, and there's a good reason for that, because dessert, that is the sweet pudding, comes from the French desservir, which means to clear the table. And if you think of an empty table, you understand why desert, which is essentially an empty place, actually shares the same root.
Isn't it interesting? I obviously knew there was a different spelling, but I didn't realise that they were actually related in that way.
That's right, the link is emptiness. But anyway, a very full and rewarding show tonight. Great game.
Thank you, David. We'll see you tomorrow night.
See you then.
And Lily, you don't have any confusions between desserts and desert, do you?
Actually, I've always had troubles remembering which one's which until someone pointed out that desserts is stressed backwards.
Oh, good way of remembering. I'll try to remember that too. Thank you, Lily. That is our show for tonight. Join us again at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening for more letters and numbers. And of course, be with us on Thursday for the start of our finals episodes, where the very best contestants from this series will battle against each other and the clock to become series champion. So thanks again for joining us. Until tomorrow, good night.